Look at the leadership of the global technology sector. The corporate empires of Google, Microsoft, and Adobe are all led by people who were born and raised in India. Yet none of those leaders built their mega companies on Indian soil. They are the products of India, but the architects of Silicon Valley. This is a jarring reality for a nation that historically gave the world profound mathematical breakthroughs, like the invention of zero. This pattern highlights a persistent disconnect. We are producing individuals capable of running the world's most complex companies, but they aren't finding the tools or the culture to build them at home. On paper, the trend looks promising. This chart shows the Global Innovation Index, where India is steadily climbing. But looking at actual patent filings, India's volume is a tiny sliver compared to the massive output of China and the US. We assume our schools are the workshops where these innovators are forged. But the domestic data suggests that the classroom environment might actually be deprioritizing the very traits needed for original thought. To understand this, we look back to 1835, when Lord Macaulay laid the blueprint for India's English education system. The goal wasn't to create scientists or philosophers, but to mass-produce cheap, obedient clerks to run the British Empire. Today, that top-down framework remains the standard. The 21st century Indian classroom is still operating on a 19th century laborer blueprint. The primary mechanism of the system is rote learning. The students who score the highest marks are generally the ones who can replicate textbook lines exactly as written. The grading rubric penalizes anyone who tries to interpret the material through their own understanding. Children are taught what to read, but they are rarely taught how to think. Take inventor Thomas Edison. His method relied on endless questioning and trial and error. In an Indian school today, he'd likely earn failing grades. Innovation requires the freedom to make mistakes. When a system removes that freedom through a rigid grading rubric, curiosity becomes a liability. This culture reaches its logical conclusion in modern coaching hubs. Cities like Kota have become high-pressure exam factories. The drive for 99% marks leaves teenagers with zero time for original curiosity or practical experimentation. This creates a startling statistical gap. Over 80% of Indian engineering graduates are considered unemployable. They have the theoretical degree, but they lack the practical skills to solve problems. The exam obsession has turned degrees into receipts of obedience, often completely detached from real-world utility. Different nations provide different blueprints. Finland eliminates standardized homework, focusing instead on play-based learning. And in Japan, early years prioritize ethics, emphasizing the why and how before introducing academic rigor. These systems operate on the idea that curiosity isn't a distraction from education, it is the foundation of it. Until the Indian classroom adopts this focus on critical thinking, it will continue to struggle with practical innovation. The government's new national education policy is a positive step toward addressing these issues on paper. But policy changes alone are not enough. We need a cultural shift, where parents and educators stop treating a child's questions as a crime. Unless the factory model classroom is dismantled, India will continue to act as a global training ground, exporting its brightest minds to serve as intellectual laborers for the rest of the world.